At what stage do you start saying no to these things? And is there a way to say no responsibly that maintains the peace and happiness? And I wanted to ask this question because I feel like there are a lot of parents out there who they know that their kids are just the ultimate salespeople. So yes. I get it.
Particularly for those young kids, right? You go into a Target or to a toy store. I want, can I have this? And the natural reaction for a young child, especially, is to cry if they don't get it. And, I've talked to parents before in large groups where they'll say, my kid just has this utter meltdown. And logically, and I was taught this by a child psychologist, they said, when a baby was hungry as a baby, it cried and it was fed. When the baby was cold, it cried and it was fed. When the baby was wet, it cried and it was changed. So very naturally, they equate, if I want something, I just need to cry and then I'll get it. And as parents, we start to give in to that rationale, whether they're 3 or they're 13 at Target. And so what I tell parents is, when you implement the allowance program, and let's say you implement it at 5 years old, and the deal is the kid is going to get $5 a week. Well, that may seem like a lot to some families. And it may be, you may need to ratchet that down a little bit. But if it is $5 a week and we go into Target and they see a stuffed animal or some gadget they want to buy, there is a lesson to be taught there where we say, well, let's look at how much it is. Okay, well, it's $18.99. How much do you have? I have 10. Okay, so if you got $5 every week, then you need 10 more dollars. That's 2 more weeks. And then we can come back and get that thing. And what a lot of parents will do, James, erroneously, is they'll say, listen, I'll get it and then you can pay me back. But what we're doing is we're teaching instant gratification.
Yeah, validating that instant gratification.
100%. Yeah. And this is probably hard for me to even say, but I've seen my sister do this with her teenage son. He wants a new computer. They bought it for him, but he's going to pay them back by mowing the lawn for the next 2 years. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Not in our house. If they want it, they got to work for it, save money. Like, we don't do stuff on credit. It's not the First National Bank of mom and dad, because that one's too easy to default on. And once they default on that bank, they're going to default on the next several banks that they're a part of. So, I think that the way you bring up a child to learn delayed gratification and understand the value of money is you put money in their hand and you let them make decisions of their own accord and also feel the repercussions of that. If you, as a parent, don't think they should buy that $20 item, but they have $20 and they want to spend it, that's their call. And it's a really hard lesson to learn if they get home and it breaks, or they get home and they're like, I just don't like it. I want to take it back. You can't do that in some cases.